Hi guys, it's Claire. I'm back with another process video for you. This time we're making a card using a new Mo Manning image that she just brought out literally today. It's called Purr-fect Together. It's a super sweet little image that I couldn't resist buying and playing with straight away. So thanks Mo for another lovely one. So I'm going to speed you up through the colouring part of the video as I normally do. Talk you through, let you know what colours I'm using, and then when we get to the end I'll slow back down to normal real time again. So as you can see, I'm colouring in the skin there, and for the skin I'm using a new combination that I like to use actually for baby skin. It's E50, R00, R11, and then a little bit of E21 as well. I'll be honest with you, on camera, as you're seeing it there, it doesn't look blended that well, but in real life it actually looks a lot smoother. I haven't got round to buying any professional lighting for the craft room yet, but I am, fingers crossed, hoping to get some very soon. So hopefully everything will look a bit nicer on camera and I won't have so many shadows and stuff. But yeah, so it's working all right for a minute, but hopefully it'll be getting better. So yeah, after I finished doing the skin, which I'm doing in my usual way, just sort of, adding shading around the edge and then keeping it light in the middle, I'm now moving on to the hair. For the hair I'm using a combination of E29, E35, E21, also a little bit of E59. And then at the very end I also use my Staedtler fine liner pen just to add a little bit of detail in there. I do struggle a bit with this hair, and it actually comes out a little bit darker than I wanted, but it's okay. In real life it looks fine. It's just a little bit darker than what I was actually aiming for initially, but that happens. But this is a really sweet, lovely image to colour. As always with Mo's images, they're really cute little babies. Yeah, really good fun to colour and nice to play with. Okay, you can see me there putting the little details in with the fine liner, doing a few more flicks and curls just to make it a bit more interesting. And now move on to the pinks. So I'm doing my favourite pink combination, which is R81, R83 and R85. They're just a lovely sort of rose pink, really nice colour, and they blend like nicely together as well. Again, on camera they don't look blended the best, but they in real life they're fine. Okay, so now I've moved on to colouring the cat. Very similar colours to what I used for the hair. I wanted them to sort of coordinate nicely together. I kept his body a bit lighter, doing a combination I think of E31, 33 and 35, and then I had the dark stripes, or the sort of tabby stripes, with I think it was an E59 and one with a slightly red undertone. I'm just looking at my chart now. It's E09 that I used, just to add a little bit of a gingery reddy tone to the stripes. I kept the tip of his tail white and also his paws quite white as well, and also sort of his nose and mouth area I kept quite white. You'll see as well that I forgot to colour his collar in, which I will go back. It's actually all assembled on the card now and I completely forgot the collar, but I will go back and colour in that collar, I think in yellow, just to get some colour on there. For his nose and ears I used a pale pink, I think it was R20, just for a little bit of colour on the nose and in the ear. But yeah, super sweet to colour and a really nice cat. Okay, so I'm just blending all that out a bit. And I think what I do now is the floor. Give them a little bit of floor to sit on. So I'm using my greys, the W family, so the warm greys. So we use a W7, W5, W3, and a W1, just to give them some floor, and then I blend that out with a, well, not really blend it, but sort of take away the harsh edges with a 0, as you can see there. Okay, so now I've slowed the video down a bit, we're in real time, and what I'm showing you here is that I wanted to paper pierce the baby grow, or the dungarees that the baby's wearing. So I run through my printer a piece of patterned paper, and just to get the image on there again, and I'm cutting out the baby grow, just hand fussy cutting it, as you can see. And when that's all done, I go around the edge with a black felt tip pen to take away any of the white cut lines. This is a fun technique. I haven't done this for a while actually, but I do quite like doing the paper piecing, sorry, I should say. So yeah, just checking to see that it fits okay. I haven't missed any bits on the cutting. And then, as I say, I just go around the edge with a black felt tip pen just to take off the white cut lines and make it look finished a little bit neater. If this isn't something that you do already, you really should try doing it. Just any old black felt tip pen works for this. I find that my Copic black is actually a little bit too juicy and it gives too much ink on there. You almost want a bit of a black felt tip that's drying out a little bit, that it's not full of ink, but just enough to give a little black border around there. So when that's done, I'm sticking that on, just flat sticking it with Tombow Mono Multi Glue. I can never say that properly, but this is my favourite type of glue, sticking paper to paper. It's a lovely, lovely glue. So just flat sticking the clothes on there. And now I think I go on to cutting down my paper. Yes, I'm flicking through the actual paper pad that I got the dungaree paper from, pulling out another sheet of that. This pad is this Vintage Bliss 6x6 paper pad by Simple Stories. Yeah, so as you can see, I used the floral for the clothes, and I also pulled out the second piece of floral for the card as well. And then I'm choosing that diagonal stripe there. So I cut those down. My actual card is going to be kept really quite simple. I cut the floral down a little bit just to virtually fit on the front of the card with a tiny white border. Then cut the diagonal stripe a little bit smaller. And then, as you can see, I've just run my image through my Big Shot machine with a square die just to cut that. It ends up measuring approximately, I think it's 12 centimetres square, the actual image, and the card is 14.8 by 14.8, just a standard Craftwork card. I'm now picking a sentiment. There is a sentiment that Mo gave you with this stamp set. I think it says Purr-fect together, but I actually wanted something very simple. I pulled out a My Favourite Things stamp set. It's actually just called Birthday Sentiments, and I picked out one that says Wishing You the Happiest of Days. I'm using my Misty here to stamp that on in the top right corner, just so that I can double stamp it in case it didn't go right first time. But as you can see, it goes okay the first time, but adding a double stamp, doing the double stamping gives it a little bit more ink, and it just makes it pop a little bit more. Sorry I'm quite so zoomed in here. I should have zoomed out a little bit for you, but you can see what I'm doing. So yeah, stamped it over once, and it's perfectly okay, but to make it a little bit darker, I just stamp over again, and that's the sentiment done. Okay, so now all I do is I start to assemble my card, and as I say, I've kept this card deliberately simple. I just wanted the baby and the cat to really pop off of the page. I find with Mo's images I like to make really simple cards. I think they stand on their own, they don't need too much more doing to them. So just a nice coloured image, simple card, it's just perfect. So as I say, I'm sticking that floral on with a tiny white little border. And then I go ahead and stick on the diagonal stripe, which is flat. They're both flat stuck. And I contemplate for a minute sticking them sort of wonky at a bit of an angle like that, but I don't. I go back to doing them straight. So yeah, stick that diagonal stripe down, and then decide that I want my image to be raised a little bit. So I pull out my trusty fun foam and cut a piece of fun foam down to the right size just to stick on the back of that image. Okay, so super simple. The Scotch ATG works on that fun foam really well, sticks it perfectly. There's no movement whatsoever once you've got that down. And once I've stuck that on there, I actually call my card done. That is it. As I say, I've kept it deliberately simple, but the floral paper on the clothing and around the edge of the card just really, really looks good. And that's it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed watching this video. I've got a few still photos coming up for you. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye.